Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2018 season. So, we kicked off the week again yesterday, playing this Porygon 2 conversion team with that fake kind of PG look about it, the AFK core combined into it, and we're just going to jump onto the battle spot, find a couple of opponents, hopefully have a good couple of matches. We had a good couple of games yesterday, we got a bit complacent with one turn in the first game where we just forgot about the effects of the psychic terrain, even after a year of playing under it. It's just making sure you're not being too complacent. So hopefully we can kind of get a bit more on the ball today. We did have two good results yesterday. We managed to get through without any bumps in the road, but we just need to be a bit more aware of things going into today's episode. So we've got our first opponent playing a QR code team, running a team of Alolan Muck, Gyarados, Incineroar, Alolan Ninetales, Tapu Fini, and Trevenant. So the Alolan Muck throws up a few issues with us going for that conversion boost with P2, but if we bring our Intimidate user in Arcanine, I think that kind of gets around that a little bit. Incineroar actually, Incineroar throws up a lot of issues here. So, kind of heavily relying on Togedemaru here. I think we might need to approach this a little bit differently than we normally would. Maybe leave P2 at home. If we bring Arcanine for sure, with Fini. No, let's lead Fini, Kartana, Arcanine, and Gigalith. Yeah, let's lock in with those four. And we'll leave P2 and Togedemaru out for this round. I just feel like the Incineroar and the Muck, the two dog types, and you've got Trevenant as well, it's going to be maybe a bit too much for P2 if we do get set up. You're going to have a lot of dark threats on the field potentially, and the ghost typing as well from Trevenant, so it does cause a few issues. So we'll see my opponent lead off with the Alolan Ninetales and Incineroar. We do lead off with Tapu Fini and Kartana. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for a I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump. Or do I go for a Muddy Water here? Maybe a Muddy Water would be... Yeah, let's go for Muddy Water with Tapu Fini, and let's switch in Gigalith in the Kartana slot. So you've got to imagine there's probably... my opponent wants to try and get the Aurora Veil up. We want to stop that, and any fire type attacks coming into Kartana, and Gigalith's going to be able to take quite comfortably and stop putting on a lot of pressure this next turn. So we do get Gigalith in, get rid of that hail. There's the fake up from Incineroar into Kartana, but now Gigalith, which is great. We do get the Muddy Water off with our Tapu Fini. We should do decent damage to both Pokemon here. Yeah, which is great. And we see a Roar from Ninetales into Arcanine, which is even better. I don't mind this at all. Do get the Intimidate off onto both targets. More importantly, the Incineroar here. And the Sandstorm hopefully puts this Incineroar into Muddy Water range now. So I'm going to go for another Muddy Water. I'm not going to keep Arcanine in, because if the Gyarados comes in now, we're not going to have anything to bring in to intimidate it. So I'm going to switch into Kartana. It's unlikely that we see a fire type attack or an ice type attack come out from the Ninetales into that slot. And the Ninetales is probably more inclined to kind of switch out here to get that hail back up later in the game. So as we see it switch out, see Tapu Fini come back in. So that Kartana switch from ourselves is perfect. We are going to take Arcanine out and bring Kartana in. We'll see what this Incineroar goes for. It does switch out as well. And we do see the Trevenant come in. We do get a Muddy Water off. It does make connection with both targets. Maybe we get lucky with some accuracy drops here, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. No accuracy drops though. So this next turn, I think you want to take... Does a Trevenant go for a Trick Room? Probably does go for a Trick Room, right? You've got to imagine it does. I mean, I could just go for Muddy Water again, but I kind of want to switch Finny out to get it back in so we can lock ourselves into something else later on in the game. We could potentially switch in Gigalith in the Tapu Fini slot, which might not be a bad idea either, but there could be a grass type attack coming in on that slot, which I'm not really too fond of. So I'm going to switch in Gigalith and just go for a Night Slash into the Trevenant with our Kartana. I imagine the Tapu Fini feels a lot of pressure here, so it wants to maybe protect or switch out from the Leaf Blade that could potentially be coming in from our Kartana. So I think we're probably making a better choice going into that Trevenant. We don't need to worry about Will-O-Wisp because of the Misty Terrain being up either. So we see the Tapu Fini just protect, get that Night Slash. Has a high crit rate as well, but no crit this time. We'll probably just proc a Citrus Berry, which we do. It's fine. And we see a Curse. Okay. Which side is it cursing? Kartana. Okay. Does Trevenant go down here to the sand damage? I don't think it does. I think it's got a bit more health. Maybe. Okay. But Kartana is going to start taking curse damage each turn, so we might want to think about switching it out this next turn. What I'm going to do is just go for a Snarl with Arcanine and... We know the Finny can't protect, so I could Leaf Blade into it. I mean, the worst case scenario, the worst thing that comes in is Incineroar here. Because I mean, if the Ninetales comes in on that slot, then it probably is going to be the Incineroar. Yeah, and we could have played into that and went for the Sacred Sword. And Trevenant switching out as well, so Ninetales coming in. We do get a Leaf Blade into the Incineroar. Do some decent damage onto it regardless of resisting it, but do proc a Berry. And we'll get a Snarl off with Arcanine, which does help us out, just reduce the attack power of the Ninetales potentially. Kartana is going to take another 25% damage from that curse that we had from the Trevenant. But we will switch it out this next turn into Gigalith and just remove the hail from the field once again. So, what am I going to do with Arcanine? I'll just go for a Flare Blitz into the Ninetales, and I'm going to switch in Gigs. Big Gigs. And we haven't seen a Z move, so I wonder if the Incineroar maybe holds the Z Crystal. Because it could potentially go for it into the Arcanine right now. But we just see the Ninetales withdraw again. They're going to get a Flare Blitz into the Finny. Do some chip. But nothing spectacular. Incineroar goes for that Darkest Lariat into Arcanine. Okay. So with the sand damage here, should proc our Berry, which it does, which is great. So this next turn, Misty Terrain does disappear from the field. Okay, so I could Snarl. I could protect Arcanine. I'm just going to protect Arcanine this turn. And I'm going to switch in Tapu Fini. So Incineroar switching out, Ninetales coming in. I think the worst thing here that could happen is that the Fini potentially go for a Calm Mind. But it may be more inclined with the switch into the hill, getting rid of the Sandstorm, to just go for Muddy Water and possibly to try and get rid of the Arcanine and the Gigalith here. And there's the Muddy Water, so... and no accuracy drops, which is the main thing, I guess, so... Alright, this next turn, I think, what I'll do is switch out Arcanine into Gigalith again, get rid of the Sandstorm. My opponent might predict that though, but I'm going to Moonblast into that slot, because anything coming in for that Ninetales isn't going to enjoy taking a Moonblast. Incineroar is neutral against it, but it is low enough to kind of put it in range. So there's the Moonblast. No switches from my opponent. We might see a Freeze Dry come out from the Ninetales. Tries to go for the Aurora Veil. Does fail, unfortunately. Gigalith avoids the Muddy Water from the opposing Tapu Fini. It is going to hit our Fini. And we do take an accuracy drop. Okay. And Ninetales will go down here to the sand. Storm damage. Okay. And we do see that it is left over, so it's likely it probably is a Calm Mind variant, you've got to imagine. But we'll treat it like we treat all other Calm Mind Tapu Finis, you know, if it does start boosting up, we just concentrate on the other side of the field, make sure we're dealing with that. And then we can, as long as we've got Cortana in the back, then we can make sure that we're taking care of it. I'm just going to go for a Moonblast into the Trevenant. Does hit. And a Stone Edge into the opposing Tapu Fini here. And there's Muddy Water again. Does connect this time with both targets. Gigalith taking that like a champ though. An accuracy drop, which isn't great because we're using Stone Edge. It does hit though. And does some good damage. Okay. So now, 4-on-2 situation. Okay, so we do have Fake Out to worry about now from the opposing Incineroar. I think I'm going to go for a Rock Slide with Gigalith, and I'm just going to go for a Moonblast into the Tapu Fini here. The Moonblast should take it down from this range. And I mean, I could switch in Arcanine here, but I don't really want to switch it in on the Muddy Water. So we see Fake Out come out from Incineroar, is into the Gigalith. As long as our Moonblast hits, which it does, we should take the Tapu Fini down. Yep, and then we've got 4-on-1, so we've just got this poor Incineroar to deal with now, but we should be fine. And I'm just going to go for a Rock Slide. And a Moonblast, and both hitting, which they do, should be enough to take this Incineroar down. So Moonblast doing good damage. You do see a Darkest Lariat come out from the Incineroar into the Gigalith, you presume. Yeah. And we get the Rock Slide. Do hit. Ignoring all of those accuracy drops. And we pick up another nice win there. So, very good game to my opponent. And it's nice to see things like Incineroar coming into the format again, you know, popping up now and again. I do like Incineroar a lot, and I've said it for a long time. As soon as you get those hidden abilities on those starter Pokemon, Incineroar is going to be a massive presence in whatever format it's allowed into, because the dark and fire typing is very strong anyway by itself. It's got good bulk, it's got fake out, and with Intimidate it just makes it so much better. You know, it takes away, like, one of the problems I think it has at the moment is the fighting type weakness that it's got, and most fighting type Pokemon are physical type attackers, so, you know, being able to nullify that and just boost your own defenses at the same time in a sort of sense just makes it so strong. So I do expect it to be very good. It's I just don't know when it will be released. Maybe Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon will have some special starter hidden ability starter Pokemon. You might even be able to catch them in the wild. I don't know if that'll be a thing. They don't ever seem to do that though in Pokemon games, but you never know. We'll just have to wait and see. But very excited for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And hopefully, as we're getting kind of creeping closer and closer to the release of it, we'll start and get a lot more information, which is always nice and always a good teaser for us for it coming out in November. But it can't come soon enough. I don't know what we'll do when it comes out, to be honest, because it will take a couple of weeks to maybe get teams and things ready to play on the battle spot, but hopefully it doesn't take too long. But we'll discuss that nearer the time. So we have our next opponent of the day, IR Nemesis, and they're running a team of Gigalith, Bravery, Salamence, Celesteela, Nihilego, and Alolan Marowak. So quite an interesting team here. You've got to imagine that the Nihilego probably has Trick Room to support the Gigalith, Alolan Marowak there. But I do feel like we could kind of probably get away with it with the P2 here in the Togedemaru. Do I want Arcanine? That is the question. I probably want Kartana. Kartana's going to be really good here. Got to be a bit careful around that Celesteela, of course, but outside of that, it's going to be pretty good. Maybe Tapu Fini. That might be not bad as well. Just with the Scarf, it's going to provide a lot of pressure. If we can stop the Trick Room, I guess. So we'll lock in with those four and see how we get on. No Tapus in my opponent's team, which is quite interesting to note. Yeah, so with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I was even thinking, I've never done one before, but I was thinking maybe a playthrough might be quite fun, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, guys, on that sort of thing. It'd be interesting to hear. So you see my opponent lead off with the Bravery and the Salamence here. We'll go for that. We will go for that Z conversion here with our P2. You've got to wonder if the Bravery is potentially special type attack, Scarfed. It might not be, it might have the Z move. So I think I'll go for Z conversion with Porygon 2. And what do I want to fake out? I'm just worried a little bit about Bulldoze from the Salamence. There's every chance it could have it. There's every chance that the Bravery has Tailwind as well. But I am going to... I think I'm going to fake out into the Salamence here. With Togedemaru. Bravery protects, so this works out good for us. We do get the fake out into the Salamence, and we are going to get our Z conversion off with our P2 and turn it into a monster. Now the next thing you've got to kind of start worrying about or wondering about is, does the Salamence now switch out for the Marowak? Which you kind of presume it probably does. I don't know how fast the Bravery is, but if Togedemaru is faster than it, we could get an Encore and lock it in to protect. So I'm going to go for that, go for the Ice Beam into Salamence. But we might see the Marowak switch in to kind of, I don't know, get around the Zing Zap, potentially onto that Bravery. But we've just got to hope Togedemaru is faster than it. No Protects coming out this turn. We do get the Ice Beam off onto Salamence. Do pick up the kill. So take a nice early lead here and see if we get this Encore. We do. So we lock this Bravery out. Stop it doing anything more in this game. Well, for a little bit anyway. Probably switch out this next turn. Just goes for that Protect again. So do catch it. And let's see what my opponent brings in now. And it is the Marowak. Okay. So we can just Shadow Ball into that slot. And I think what I'm going to do is switch in Kartana at this point. Because I've got a feeling maybe the Nihiliga's in the back. And that Bravery is definitely going to switch out this next turn. It has to. Might see the Marowak just Protect here. But just in case that Nihiliga does come in, we want to just kind of keep the momentum on our side of the field. So, no switches. Okay, so we get the Shadow Ball into Marowak. Ooh, it does survive the conversion boost. We are going to see a Z move, an all-out pummeling from the Bravery. Oh, okay. That is a bulky Marowak. This is going to be into Kartana, so you can't protect Encore Z moves or anything. So this will take us down. Okay. Kartana goes down. It's not good. We're going to just Shadow Ball and come in. Don't know if we take this. We do. Just about. Okay. And let's bring in Tapu Fini. Okay. So you could Muddy Water and Ice Beam, which is probably not the worst play in the world. It's just how long has this Bravery got left? Probably here. This is the last turn it's encored. You've got to imagine the Marowak protects here though. So I'm going to recover, I think, while I can with P2. Yeah, I'm going to recover and I'm going to go for Muddy Water. And we've got to just pray that the Muddy Water hits. Should do. Come on, Finny. So we see the Bravery finally withdraw from the match. Celesteela come in the field. Marowak protect here? Yeah. Okay, so it gives us a free recover here, which is fine. We do get the Muddy Water off. She's going to be helpful into the Celesteela at least. And if we get any accuracy drops, which we do, it's brilliant. And we get that recover off with P2. So, we'll go for a Shadow Ball and just another Muddy Water. I think I do into Celesteela and just another Muddy Water. Marowak withdraws, so Bravery going to come back in. Celesteela probably likely here to go for, ooh, Wide Guard. Okay. It's a nice tech. Muddy Water blocked by that. But we will get the Shadow Ball off into Celesteela. Should do some decent-ish damage onto it. And reduce its special defense. Okay. That does help out quite a bit. But we are locked out with P2 now. Well, with Tapu Fini now. You know that Wide Guard is preventing us from getting any damage off. I mean, we could Ice Beam into the Bravery and Muddy Water. Again. Let's do that. We predict that my opponent doesn't go for the Wide Guard again. It does go for the Wide Guard, but we are going to get, at least we're going to get an Ice Beam off into the Bravery. This might be a problem if we lose P2 here though, because then we're locked into Muddy Water. Oh, and there's a Tailwind. Okay. I think I'm going to recover with P2, and I'm going to switch out Tapu Fini into Togedemaru. Should have really switched out Tapu Fini the previous turn, to be honest. So we had Togedemaru this turn to go for the fake out. So no switches on my opponent's end of the field. Bravery goes for a Brave Bird into P2, you imagine. Oh, into the Togedemaru. Okay. And we get a recover. So we are still faster than the Celesteela with a P2. Probably see Leech Seed coming out here, you've got to imagine. There's Leech Seed, yeah. Into P2. Okay. Okay, so what do? We know that the Bravery's got a fighting type attack. Could just Ice Beam into the Bravery and fake out into it, but it probably could protect here, couldn't it? That's the thing. I'm going to Ice Beam into it, and I'm going to switch in Tapu Fini. There's a superpower. Okay. And we get the Ice Beam off into the Bravery here. And there's a Flamethrower into the Fini as well. Okay, so you've got to imagine. Well, I don't know. Like I would say you've got to imagine that the Marowak is going to be faster in a Tailwind than Porygon 2, but it's so bulky that you would imagine it can't be that fast because it would have went down to the Shadow Ball otherwise. So I'm going to Shadow Ball into it, and yeah, I'm going to Hydro Pump into the Marowak as well. So there's the Wide Guard. Because I don't expect it to be faster than the Tapu Fini. So there's the Hydro Pump, it does connect. So we do take the Marowak down. And we've got a 3-on-1 situation against this Celesteela. Okay. Do get some good damage onto it again. Poker Berry. But I think we should be able to close out the game now quite comfortably. Does take a little bit more Leech Seed damage, and the Tailwind, is it going to end this turn, I think? Yeah. So we can just double into the Celesteela. The defense, special defense drop that we got earlier on is going to come in a bit very handy now, but we can just double into it. And my opponent just forfeits. So very good game to my opponent. Wasn't the easiest match at all, but we kind of just managed the field well. And once the P2 kind of got itself set up, just showing how strong it is. So really happy with that game, and I feel like it kind of really showcased what the team can do even against really strong opponents. So do let me know what your thoughts are on that, guys. We've had another good couple of games today, which has been great. As always though, do keep your comments, your thoughts on the team and things like that coming in, because I do love to hear them. And also what we need to start thinking about now is what we start playing with next week. You know, we've got some really good suggestions. We had like a Mimilax team that we could start playing with. Tapu Bulu with Rain is another thing that we could start thinking about playing with. We could mash those together. But if you've got suggestions for teams and calls and stuff like that that you want to see played, we'll start thinking about that going into next week, and then probably the following week after that. If we stop playing with this next week, we'll have a new team. If not, then we'll have a new team the following week. But let me know what your thoughts are on what you want to see, if you want to see something new next week or not, and then we can all work on that. But if you've got suggestions on calls and stuff like that, like I always ask, I'd love to hear your opinions, and I do want to incorporate them into the teams that we want to play on the channel, so do that. But we'll wrap things up there, guys. As always, leave a like if you have enjoyed the content. That does massively help the channel out. If you're new to the channel, I do welcome you. Howdy how. Subscribe if you're not already, so you get all the updates for when we do live streams over on Twitch, when we've got new content out daily. So all of that jazz and everything in between. But we'll wrap things up there, guys. I will see you all bright and breezy tomorrow, Wednesday, for another episode, and we'll take this team for another test drive, see how it gets on, and hopefully it'll be just as much fun. If you've got any questions about the team, though, do let me know. QR code and the Pastebin are in the comment section below, so if you want to go and try it out yourselves, go ahead, have a load of fun, and we'll be back for some more School of Hard Knocks tomorrow. School of Hard Knocks tomorrow, yes. Okay, guys, thanks as always. Whatever you do, make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Have fun whatever you're doing as well, and I will see you all tomorrow. So until then, guys, take care and bye-bye.